All right, guys, check out these wheels on the C8 Corvette. I have gotten so many questions on these things. I feel like I had to make a video of it and go over all the details for you because everybody out there with a C8 seems like they are interested in these wheels. So let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog, and welcome back to another beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. Okay, guys, yeah, it's really not that nice here anymore. Fall has started to hit us here in PA, and it's only about 60, 62 degrees today, and it is rapidly getting cooler every single day. But seriously, we are here to talk about the black diamond wheels on the C8 Corvette. All right, guys, so believe it or not, the wheels on the C8 Corvette have been on now for a little over 2 months, almost 2.5 months. And this is going to be my final impressions, my final thoughts on how these wheels have held up basically and how they look on the car. By now, I'm sure you guys have all seen the video or seen the pictures that I've posted, and you probably feel pretty much the same way I do about them. The wheels look absolutely phenomenal on this car. They fit the car absolutely perfectly because they really just give it that extra supercar bump. So in my opinion, the wheels are absolutely fantastic. I have no issues with them whatsoever, but I wanted to go over some details with you guys in case you're interested in getting a set of your own. I've had a lot of people send me messages about these wheels, and they wanted to know more information. Obviously, what brand they were, what model they were, what size they were, the tires I went with, the offsets. We're going to cover it all here today, guys. In case you haven't seen the original video where I installed these, I'm going to link it to the top right of this video so you guys can check it out. But at the end of the day, this is what the final product is. So like I showed a couple times already, guys, these are the Black Diamond BDF25 wheels. Now, just like with everything else on the channel, I will link all of the information for these wheels down in the description below, because if you guys are interested in getting a set of your own, I want you to know where you can find them. Now, let's get into the real nitty-gritty of the wheels here, guys. There is a lot of information that you need to know on top of the fact of just what these things are called and where to buy them. You need to know a lot of the details, a lot of the real meat and potatoes, basically, of having an aftermarket setup for wheels on your car. Now, what I mean by that is, if you guys have not ever had an aftermarket wheel on your car before, you're going to need to know how to make them fit. There's a couple really important things here. So the biggest reason I went with these particular wheels outside of looks is because they fill the fender. The stock wheels were kind of more inset inside of the fender. These ones fit perfectly flush, the front and the rear, which is absolutely awesome. So we're going to start with the biggest, most important stat of these wheels, and that is that the rear is 20-inch and the front is also 20-inch. So for those of you thinking you're going to get the exact same stock setup you had, you can't do that with these particular wheels. They come in 20s or 22s, that's it. I don't think you could fit a 22-inch wheel in the back without rubbing issues. So 20 and a 20 is the best setup here, especially since we're talking about the 2020 C8 Corvette. But anyway, the next stat is going to be the offset. So in order to get these wheels to sit perfectly flush with the fenders in the front and the rear, you're gonna need a 12-inch rear wheel. So it's 12-inch wide, 20 inches in diameter, and it has a plus 45 offset. And before we continue, guys, I wanted to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is, again, Ridge Wallet. As you can see here, I have a couple different wallets in front of me. One of them is carbon fiber, forged carbon, and the navy blue metal option on the ZR1 carbon fiber spoiler. The Ridge Wallet will fit up to 12 cards, which includes debit, credit, and your driver's license or identification cards. As you can see, this is my personal wallet. It has 11 cards in it. So I've had a couple requests from you guys about how this particular wallet works with the card functionality. So if you look at the area right here where you can push your thumb up into, you can actually release the cards like that and then pinch it at the bottom, and it will fan all your card options out. Select whatever card you want, use it, put it back, and then you can just push them all right back down in just like that. It helps eliminate some of the stuff that we carry around in our wallets as guys that we don't really need, and it keeps it nice and streamlined and more up to date. If you're interested in any of these guys, I will put the information down in the description below as well as on the screen here. You can even save yourself 10% just for being a horsepower obsessed fan. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Now, just a quick lesson in what the offset is. Basically, if it's plus, it's going to stick out further. If it's negative, it's going to sit in further. So in this case, we want a plus 45. Now, originally, I actually got this particular rear wheel in a plus 50, thinking I wanted the absolute deepest concave wheel I could fit in the rear. And plus 50 was actually a little bit too much. So what ended up happening was it was so concave that the center cap wouldn't pop back on without hitting that axle nut. So that is just one of the reasons why this offset matters so much. But anyway, let's recap. So we got a 20-inch in diameter rear wheel, 12 inches wide, and a plus 45 offset. So now let's move on to the front wheel here, where we have also a 20-inch diameter, but this time we have a 9-inch wide wheel and a plus 35 offset. Now again, the plus means that wheel is pushed out a little further from the hub than if it was a negative 35, it would be sunk in. So the plus 35 gives it that flush appearance with the fenders on the base C8 Corvette. Now, I didn't have any issues with this one because that plus 35 was absolutely perfect. It already fit nice and flush. I didn't have to mess with anything there. But the front ones don't have as much of a concave look to them as the rears do, because basically to get that look, the tire would stick way outside of the front fenders. So this is something that could come later with like the Z06 or one of the wide body C8, but for now that's the most aggressive offset we can get for the front and still look decent. Now that is basically going to be it for the wheels themselves. So what you're looking at is a 20-inch setup, 12 inches wide in the rear, 9 inches wide in the front, a plus 45 offset in the rear, and a plus 35 offset in the front, in order to get them to fit exactly like they do on my C8 Corvette. Now they do offer custom offsets, so if you wanted to adjust these wheels even more to your liking, they can literally make this wheel with any offset you want. I'm just giving you guys what offset and everything I went with to get this particular look. And don't worry guys, at the end here, if you stick through to the end of the video, we're going to go to a really sunny parking lot where you can really see these things pop, because it's kind of windy here today and I didn't want to destroy the audio with wind, but I do want to get you guys a really good look at these. So if you've hung through this video this long, stay to the end. You're going to get some real nice shots of these in the direct sunlight, so you guys can really see what these things look like on the C8 and what they could potentially look like on your C8. Now lastly, we're going to talk about what kind of tires you're going to need to get. Because the wheels are a 2020 setup, you unfortunately cannot use your stock tires. Now it's no big deal, because the tires that we end up using do in fact come in the stock Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. So it's basically the same tire, it's just going to be a slightly different size. Now for the rear, we're going to need a 315/30 20-inch tire. So as you can see right there, that's the size tire we're going to need. So like I said, these are still the 4S tires. They're still going to get you the summer traction equivalent that the stock tires did. They're just going to fit these new wider wheels in the rear. Now moving on to the front, it's going to be the same kind of thing. We need to get new tires because the front rims on the car stock are actually 19-inch. So these ones are going to be 245/30 20s. Still obviously 4S tires, the exact same tread pattern, the exact same wear pattern, the same performance overall. These ones are a little bit lower profile than the stock tires, just to give you the exact same size overall as the stock tires were. So at the end of the day, this car doesn't really even know the difference between the stock wheels and these Black Diamond wheels, because even though the Black Diamond wheels are wider in the rear, the actual radius of the entire assembly, so the tire and the wheel together, is exactly the same size as it was with stock. So the speedometer is not off. There's no problems with any of the performance traction control stuff or anything like that, because these are the exact same size tires and wheels whenever they're put together. I will actually drop a link in the description down below to the website where you can kind of figure this out for yourself. It will take your stock size and then the size you want to go to, and it will tell you if there's any difference in the size between the two and if there is, what it affects. So your miles per hour, and it could potentially affect some of the traction control systems and stuff like that. So you kind of want to keep this as close to stock as possible, but that's pretty much it, guys. So a quick recap, we have a 20-inch rear wheel that is 12 inches wide with a plus 45 offset, a 315/30/20 tire from Michelin, and it's the 4S summer tire. On the front, we have a 20-inch wheel that is 9 inches wide with a plus 35 offset, a Michelin 4S tire that is 245/30/20. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you want it to look just like this, those are the numbers you want to order. Now, like I said, all of that information will be in the description down below. I'll link all of Black Diamond's information down there, their Instagram page, their website, and where you can even order these wheels for yourself. If you do contact them, please tell them that Horsepower Obsessed sent you and you have some questions about your own order for your own C8 Corvette. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the Black Diamond setup or anything we talk about on this channel, leave them in the comment section down below or shoot me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer anything for you. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of C8 and C7 Corvette content coming you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload. And for those of you who waited, just as promised, we're in the sun, we're in the wind. We're gonna show you these wheels in the sun on the car because they do look really good. And I know since they're black, sometimes the shadows mess with, you know, visibility, I guess. But check those out, guys. Very, very concave, very supercar looking, I'm telling you. I know I've said that a lot in this video already, but they look really, really freaking good. Yes, they are a little bit dirty. I apologize, but it did just rain here this morning in Pennsylvania, so yeah, they still look really good. Obviously, being black, they help hide the dirt a little bit, but yeah, you can still tell they're not as glossy as they should be. So as you can see, they're basically flush with the car all the way down. The front wheels, especially stock-wise, were really recessed in, I guess to prevent rocks and stuff from kicking up, but honestly, I haven't noticed any problems with these ones, so I think we're good flushing them out and really just giving it that next level appearance. But yeah, I'll shut up for a minute here and just let you guys take in the sights.